Hi students, now we are going to learn the second part of this lesson, Convocation Address. In the last paragraph in the previous paragraph we learned about how universities were functioning, the role of university in the feudal time and what it is now in the present time. Okay, let's continue the second part by reading this. While addressing the University of Brussels, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, our former president, made the following statement. For its proper functioning, democracy requires more qualities than other forms of government. So, once Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, our former president, was addressing the University of Brussels. That time he made this particular statement. For its proper functioning, democracy requires more qualities than the other forms of government. So, democracy requires more qualities, and how can these qualities be given? Now, if you look at that, you can just follow in the next point. It is in the universities that we can develop the true spirit of democracy. So, where can we develop the true spirit of democracy? It is in the universities. So, the true spirit of democracy, that is number one. The second point is appreciation of others' points of view. So we never appreciate other points of view most of the times. But that we need to do, that we need to develop. We need to appreciate the others' points of view also. And the third point, you look at the third point, an adjustment of differences through discussions. So many people come out with different opinions. So some people will be adhering to their point of view. But those differences of opinions can be adjusted through discussions. So all these three things can be done in the university. A student can be trained to have the true spirit of democracy and how to appreciate other points of view and how to adjust with differences through discussions. This can be made or trained, or a student can be trained in the university. That's what Dr. Radhakrishnan is telling there, addressing the graduates. It can be kept healthy and strong by the exercise of individual responsibility and judgment. So how can it be kept healthy and strong? How can our democracy can be kept healthy and strong? Only by the exercise of individual responsibility. Every person's individual responsibility and the decision he takes and what judgment he comes out with, that only makes democracy healthy and strong. So individual responsibility is very, very important. In universities, we have to recall the struggles of the past and realize the perils and possibilities, the challenges and opportunities of the present. So, in universities, what are the two things that we need to know? We have to recall the struggles of the past. So many people had struggled for the betterment of the society. We need to recall those things. So university should teach the student in that way how many struggles took place in the past. That is one point. The next point, a student should be taught, or it has to be recalled. What is the second point? A realization of the perils and possibilities. One should understand, make the student understand the dangers and possibilities, the challenges, and also the opportunities that are available in the present situation. Past and present the past situation, how struggles were made in the past, and what do we need to understand in the present. There are dangers, there are possibilities, there are challenges, and at the same time there are opportunities also. So what happened in the past and what is available in the present must be trained to the student in the university. That's what Dr. Radhakrishnan, our former president, tells here. Okay, graduates of the year. I wish you all a prosperous future, for after all, the immediate concern of every individual, graduate or no graduate, is to acquire the means for a decent living. Here, graduates of the year. Again, Dr. Anadure is addressing here. I wish you all a prosperous future. Everyone is expecting a very good future, and that is what he is also wishing them. For after all, the immediate concern of every individual, that is the immediate concern of every individual. If you ask a student, what do you want to do in the future? Sir, let my future be very bright, be prosperous. That's what every individual's concern is. Okay, whether he is graduate or no graduate. But here he says the truth is to acquire the means for a decent living. Any graduate, his thought would be to have a decent living. Is it not? Yes. That is the concern, immediate concern. Okay. That is the first motivation for all human activity, and no one can ignore it. Yes, that is correct. That is absolutely correct. Any graduate, immediately after completing the graduation, he will go for a decent living. No one can ignore it. But that ought not to be the sole objective. Look at the point. No, that should not be your only objective. You alone should have a decent living. No. Something higher and nobler than mere individual material advancement is expected of you. Every student who comes out as a graduate from the university, something more is expected of you. What is that? For remember that this university education is a privilege that you enjoy. Student in the university, they are enjoying the privilege. No, you must remember this. He is addressing, you must remember. Students, you should remember that you enjoy the privilege for which you are deeply indebted to the community of which you are a member. So you are a member of the community. You enjoy the privilege from the university. Now it is your turn. Now you are indebted for what? To give back to the community, to give back to the society. You are indebted. You owe something to the society. You have to give back something to the society because you have taken something from the society. Now you are supposed to give back to the society. So here he is talking about the responsibility of a graduate. How beautiful it is. Okay, it is beautifully written. Well said. Okay, let's continue. Most of the money needed for maintaining institutions of higher education, where does it come from? Come from the revenues collected from the community through the state. Okay, the first thing, the revenues collected from the community through the state. Second one, a good proportion of that revenue comes from the tillers and the toilers. People who work very hard, they just give some amount. A good proportion of the revenue, a good proportion of the money is being invested to maintain the institution comes from the hard-working people. And look at the third point, men who did not enjoy this privilege. So many people who never enjoyed the privilege of learning from university, they also put in some money to maintain the institution. Okay, men, the fourth point, men who willingly submit themselves to discomfort. They do not want to enjoy the comfort, rather, they would probably choose the discomfort. In that way, they give money to the institution, universities. So, such money are put in to maintain the institution. Why? Why all these things are happening? Look at the last point. So that they can enable the next generation to lead a better life. So why they put in all their money, why they sacrifice, why they, in spite of experiencing discomfort, why do they give money, risking their comfort, risking their life? Just because they would like to enable the next generation to lead a better life. So in that way, you enjoyed the privilege. Graduates, may I ask you, how are you going to repay? What is to be your contribution to the social chest on which you have drawn so largely? Unless you replenish it richly, coming generation will find only an empty coffer. So here he is making the students realize the responsibility of a graduate, a citizen of the society. He's asking graduate, may I ask you one thing? How are you going to repay? You enjoyed the privilege from the university. How are you going to repay it? What is to be your contribution to the social chest? To the social revenue. Social chest means box on which you have drawn so largely. You have taken from that box, from the revenue box, to enjoy the privilege. In turn, you need to replenish it. You have to refill it. What you have taken, you have to put back. Otherwise, the coming generations will find only an empty coffer. Coffer is a box kept for keeping the valuable things. Without anything, if you keep the box empty, what's the use? And that is what you will do unless you replenish it. Whatever you have taken, you have to give back. So see how education is very important. He is talking about the university. Now we can apply the same thing from what education you are getting from schools also. You are enjoying the privilege of gaining knowledge to be the better person. Yes, of course, you have to look for a decent living. But don't forget the responsibility that you have towards the society. That's good. Okay, let's move on. Your superior education increases your responsibility to society, and therefore, apart from or along with your own individual advancement, society has got a right to expect an adequate return from you. How beautifully he has brought out the point. Your superior education, that means the university education, might be your undergraduate education or postgraduate education. As you keep on getting qualified, educated in the higher level, that increases your responsibility to society. The more you take, the more you are supposed to give back. And therefore, apart from or along with your own individual advancement, see, by qualifying yourself, by learning or gaining the knowledge, you will definitely advance in your own individual area. But don't forget, society has got a right to expect an adequate return from you. When we talk about adequate return, you might be thinking of money, only money. See, not so much in terms of money, but in terms of service. What is more important? Your service to the society. Yes, of course, money, but more than money, what is expected of you is terms of service. What for? What for? In what way you can serve the society? Number one, in toning up society, in building up society, in giving more awareness to the society. Second point, look at the second point, in bringing light, removing the ignorance into the dark alleys. People are ignorant in many areas of understanding and thought and in many aspects of life, but we need to create awareness. We have to bring light in such ignorant areas. Then sunshine into dingy places. In the gloomy places, we need to be the sun shining. That means we have to bring light and make them shine. Solace into the afflicted. So many people are afflicted in the society, depressed in the society. We need to comfort them. Hope unto the despondent, hopeless situation. Many people are there in the hopeless situation. For them, we need to give them hope and a new life to everyone. That is the responsibility of a graduate. That is what is expected, you people to give back to the society, a graduate to give back to the society. As you keep on increasing your standard of education, you are more indebted to society. Your responsibility is more to pay back to the society. So not only in terms of money, but most in terms of service. Unless service is the outcome, the servants become sweet nothings. What a beautiful statement, no? Unless service is the outcome, if you listen more, the sermons become sweet nothings. He is giving an advice. He's encouraging, he's motivating. So many sermons, so many moral encouragements like this would be there. Unless service is the outcome, the sermons become sweet nothings. Many times you might have got encouraged and motivated. You might have listened to many lectures or any piece of such great advice, such address, convocation address that was given by Dr. Arinya Ranna. You might have heard so many things, but unless service is the outcome, what is the outcome? What is the result? What is the end result? If it is not service, and all these sermons, all that you heard, all the motivation, all the encouragement that you heard would become zero, nothing. As Jefferson stated, we must dream of what? An aristocracy of achievements arising out of a democracy of opportunities. My dear students, what he says here, there are a democracy of opportunities. Everyone gets an opportunity to prove what you are. So when you get the opportunity, you have to dream of an aristocracy, a standard, the best achievement. Every student should be determined like this. When I get the opportunity, I'll give my best to the society. So not a low standard, but aristocracy of achievement. The best achievement. The highly standard achievement should arise out of every possibility, out of every opportunity. And see the last few points of Dr. Arinya Ranna. When I seek your help and cooperation in the supreme task of serving society. So he's telling, I'm seeking your help in the supreme task of serving the society. He's seeking the help. He's requesting them. He's asking the graduates to serve the society. He's seeking their help, actually. And when I seek, please do not wink and smile and say, it is all so easy to say. You might be thinking, sir, it's very easy to say from there. But you know how difficult it is to be. You might think like that. And that's what he says like this: I am not unaware of the difficulties in the way, nor am I going to brush aside the influence of the environment on you. And he says that, I am not unaware. That he's telling that he is aware of the difficulties on the way. When you take some steps to help the society, there are difficulties. He says, he acknowledges that he knows, that he is aware of that. And also, he is telling, he is not going to brush aside the influence of the environment on you. What influence the environment is going to bring, I am aware of that. I cannot brush aside all these challenges that are there, that comes on your way when you take a step to serve the society. I know it is difficult. Maybe the world in which you are to begin the journey is one which will dim your hope. So what sort of world we are living in? When you come out with great hope, the society, the surroundings, the environment is going to dim your hope. Are you going to work for the society? No way. You cannot change the society. So many people would be bringing negative words, disturb your determination. You may come face to face with the unpleasant sight of practices widely differing from the principles inculcated in you. He's telling university has inculcated a lot of great principles, but what you might be coming across may be unpleasant sight of practices. What you learned and what is happening in the society might be totally different. You might be hearing from the university that those things that are good should happen in the society, but what is happening in the society are totally different. Negative things are happening in the society. Okay. You may find self-seekers enthroned and the patient worker decried. Who are enthroned, who are given places, who are given responsibilities, self-seekers. You might see that. And the patient worker, the hard worker is made to cry or put down. You might see all these things. Tyranny of all sorts may stare at you, and every step you take will be a struggle. Here it says the challenges that a graduate has when he supposes to work for the society. It's not easy. The path is not easy. The surrounding is not congenial. It's not suitable. I admit that the environment is such that even people with robust optimism will be discouraged and forced to take to the path of ease and comfort. So he's telling the environment is such. A person who goes up to the society with a robust optimism, I will go and change the society. I will make the people do like this, only the right things. No more bribes. No more discrimination in the society. I will change the society. So you might be coming out of the university with great determination, with robust optimism, but that will be discouraged, or that may be discouraged and forced you to take to the path of ease and comfort. That in that situation you might think, why should I take risk? Let me go in the path of ease and comfort when there are challenges all around. How can I alone go and change the society? Let me go in the same way that all the people who are traveling, bearing everything, in spite of so many corruptions, bribes. Let me also take the easiest path, the path of comfort. It may be there, the environment may be not congenial. And he says, but we should also realize one thing, that a continuous stream of men and women endowed with the spirit of service have been carrying on the crusade successfully and have conferred rich benefits on humanity. But you should understand, you should realize, but some group of men and women blessed with the spirit of service, they have been carrying on the fight for a cause successfully. And they have brought great benefits on humanity. Don't forget that. Many would be obstructing you. Many would be placing obstacles. Many would be bringing hindrances. But don't forget, there are few men and women blessed with the spirit of service, had brought rich benefits by fighting against such things. They have brought rich benefits on humanity. Just focus on them. We, the Tamilians, have been holding aloft this ideal for more than how many years? 2000 years as expressed in Purananuru. So, Tamilians, we have the spirit of holding aloft this fighting for a good cause or objecting a bad cause. We have this ideal. Hold on to that, because we've been doing that for more than 2000 years as inheritors of that rich legacy. So we come from such generations who fought, who struggled hard and brought so many things into the society as inheritors, as followers, as the future generation of such fighters. You are best suited to overcome even the environment and serve society to the best of your abilities. He's telling, you are the future generation, you are the followers, you take the footsteps of such great men and women who fought for a cause, and you can serve the society to the best of your ability. So go on, don't give up, don't lose your heart. See, what a beautiful address. What a beautiful address for the graduates. What do we learn from this? And final words of this great person. I am confident that you are being sent into the wide world with this objective. You are bound to win, for you are adequately equipped with the spirit supplied by this great institution. He's telling, I am confident. He's telling that he was confident that those graduates were being sent into the wide world. With what objective? With this objective, to fight and go determined to change or to bring such changes into the society. You are bound not to lose, but to win. For you are adequately equipped with the spirit supplied by this great institution. So this institution has equipped you adequately, and you have that spirit. And final wishes of this great person. May your life be a bright one, and may its luster brighten the entire land. May your shining brightens the entire land. Accept my congratulations and march onwards towards the land of smiles. What a finishing lines of this great person. How confident he was on the graduates. My dear students, when we learned this, I also realize my responsibility. But you must understand your responsibility. You have a great opportunities. You have huge possibilities. You are trained now in schools. You will be trained in the universities in the coming days. And you are the ones, the future hope for the society. As Dr. Arinyar Anna wishes the graduates of those days, I heartily wish all my loving students who listen to this all the very best for what you are going to do in the society. Don't be a part of the people who bring shame to the society. No, you must be a part of the people who brought great changes, who brought great benefits to the humanity. All the very best. God bless you.